One of the most difficult things that we do as salespeople is set up meetings. It is the thing that we have to do most frequently and also happens to be one of the most challenging things there is. In today's video, I'm going to share 3 quick places to look to set up a meeting today. I've been using these tactics all day today and I've been able to set up meetings, so hopefully they'll do the same for you. So the first place to look is reviewing old meeting notes. So every now and then, if you've been in sales long enough, it will likely be a good use of your time to look back at old notes, whether that be through your CRM, whether that be through an Excel. Go through your notes and see exactly who you spoke to in the past, whether it be this past year or the year before. Revisit those meetings, and it's always a good idea to send a quick update message to some of those contacts, to revisit them, re-engage them. Since they've spoken to you in the past, maybe it wasn't the right time then, but it could be the right time now. I just did this today by sending a generic updates email to several people I had spoken to recently, and one of them said, let's set up a meeting. The next place to look is old contacts. So people that you had previously worked with, whether it be at your current company or at a previous company. This is a great place to look because they're much more likely to respond to you if you already have some sort of relationship with them. What I like to do is keep a list of all of the contacts that I have from my entire career. And I will periodically check LinkedIn. I will cross-reference that list of contacts with LinkedIn to see if there's anybody that switched companies that may be at a new prospect company. I've been doing this recently and I've been able to set up meetings pretty regularly. I'll just say, hey, I hope you're doing well at your new company. Would be great to catch up sometime. Or I'll say, hey, congrats on the new role. Would be great to catch up sometime. That short message usually sparks a conversation, which then leads to a meeting. The third place to look, if you're really stuck on finding new qualified prospects, is old clients. So this is a great place to look, especially when you're starting at a new company. Take a look and see who used to work with your company in the past. The reason being is that things could have changed on their end, and things have changed on your end. You're a new salesperson. Lots, I'm sure, has changed at your company since the last time that you had spoken to them. New updates, things that they might be interested in revisiting. So that's number one. The other reason is the contacts may have changed on their end. So by sending them a quick note and saying, hey, I'm your new point of contact at this company. We used to work together several years back, but lots of things have changed since then. Would you be open to setting up a quick catch-up call? That's been a really strong place for me to have set up prospect meetings. If they worked with you in the past, chances are they're qualified. They had a need then, they may have a need again in the future. And usually they're at least open to getting a new perspective and hearing some updates. Now, one easy strategy to do is to consolidate an email with all of the most relevant updates at your company that will apply to every prospect, everybody that you had recently spoke to that you want to reach out to again. Send that generic email, tweak it a little bit for each person, but just send, hey, it's been a little while, I want to share a few updates. Here are the most relevant updates at our company. Share those relevant updates, make sure that it's tailored to the type of contact that you're reaching out to, and either ask for a meeting to catch up if it's been a while and it makes sense to set up a call, or just say, let me know if it makes sense to catch up and discuss how this might be a good fit for next year. So here are a few quick tips to increase your chances of getting a response. Number one, always give a reason. So give a reason for why they should speak to you. To give you a quick example of how this applies in your personal life, my wife had been asking me to clear out the papers that are on our TV stand. She asked me multiple times, and I have a lot going on, I never had a chance to get to it. Today, she asked me if we can move the papers because she wants to put out her fall decor. Because she had a reason, I made it a priority to move them. The same thing applies when you're reaching out to prospects. Always give a reason when you want to set up time with them. But this also applies to anything that you ask for. So give a reason if you are trying to get information. Say, I want to get information in order to submit a tailored proposal. They said they'll set up a follow-up meeting and they haven't been able to do it yet. Say, hey, I would love to set this up before calendars fill up. Give a reason when you're asking for something internally. Always give context. Say, hey, the client said that they would love to hear back from us at this particular point. When you give a reason, you significantly increase your chances of motivating action. The next quick tip is to focus on one thing at a time. I like to split up my research and my outreach. What this allows me to do is spend all of my time and focus on finding prospects that could be a qualified person for me to reach out to. It also helps me identify data points to use in my outreach that could warm up that prospect and increase my chances. What I'll do though, instead of doing research and then reaching out immediately, is I will write down notes. I'll make a list of all of the prospects that I want to reach out to, and then later on when I go to reach out to them, I'll focus 100% of my attention on reaching out to those prospects. This will allow you to not get distracted, allows you to go deeper into your research and focus on one thing at a time. You will be shocked at how much more successful and productive that you will be when you focus on one thing at a time as opposed to trying to divide your attention. Do yourself a favor, log out of your Teams, log out of your email, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Try to spend all of your attention on one thing and avoid getting distracted. As you're going about your research, always turn the notification bell on LinkedIn for both the companies that you're prospecting as well as the people that you're prospecting. This will allow you to see anything that they post in your LinkedIn feed. So that way you can comment on it, you can provide relevant outreach, say, hey, I found this article about you, or I saw that you won this award, congratulations. That tailoring of your outreach will significantly increase your chances of getting a response. Finally, one last tip before we wrap this up. Try to be creative. In order to break through the noise, which is extremely challenging, you need to be different. Quick story. Several years back, I was getting ghosted by a prospect. She wasn't answering any of my emails, but I knew they were qualified. So I saw on LinkedIn that their birthday was coming up soon. So I sent her some flowers with a short note that said, happy birthday, would love to catch up sometime. That short note led to her setting me up with a meeting with her entire company. That meeting then led to a $500,000 client. So try to break through the noise if you can by being creative. Send over birthday notes, send over quick little gifts that will make you stand out, anything through the mail. Do the things that others aren't. If you want to break through the noise, you have to be different. Just to recap, start with people that you had previously met with, then move to old contacts that you worked with in the past, whether it be this company or a previous one, cross-reference it against your LinkedIn to see if there's anybody that switched to a new prospect that could make sense to speak to. Then finally, look at any of your company's old clients to identify ones that could be a match to work with you again. I hope this was helpful. My name is Andrew Barbuto. My book, Top Sales Producer, How to Crush Your Sales Quota, is available on Amazon. It is a step-by-step guide that teaches you what to say and do starting from day one, using the exact sales method I've used to close over $350 million in digital media software and services sales. The audiobook is available today. Go check it out. You could submit your order number to my website, andrewbarbuto.com/top/sales/book, #bonus, and I will send you a free digital workbook to apply the lessons from the book to your day job. Always remember, if you're not helping, you're not selling. Thanks.